Good morning, everyone. So here again on a lovely, cold, 25-degree day. So got a lot planned for today. I would be lying if I said I knew exactly what the plan was, but there are a few things that I do know that we're gonna work on getting to. So first off, I am going to be working on getting the closet door installed. It's just friction fit right now, so I want to get that done so it actually works. And then I can put the drywall on and whatever else. I'm not gonna do the drywall today, I don't have any, but yeah, so that's probably first up. And then gonna work on stapling down the subfloor that I laid, I don't know, a couple weeks ago now. Never actually did that, so I'm gonna be working on that. And John is gonna come over later and help with my first replacement window. So I've done this before. It was a brick-sided house, not brick-sided, it was actually triple wide thick brick house, and I'd done it and it worked. I had someone help me then, my uncle helped me then as well for the two that we did. This is just kind of a different setup. There were old wood windows, and yeah, for the most part, the casings, I guess, we're putting replacements in. So there's a few things that we have to do and I've never done before, so he's gonna come over and walk me through my first one. I also have another guy coming over today. I don't think I've shared this, but there's a sizable barn attached to this property, and yeah, I'll probably give you a tour as well, because it is kind of interesting. Yeah, so I'm looking at having that taken out, and I really don't want to because I love the storage, but when it comes down to it, I need the parking. Yeah, and I'll show you outside so you can kind of get a sense of what that looks like. But yeah, so he's gonna come over and give me an estimate for taking it out. There's good wood in there, I think, but there's also a significant amount of it that's been spray foamed for reasons we'll get into later. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. And again, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. So Tom Da Silva of This Old House fame says that I'm not gonna do so well with a door in an uneven floor. So he says I need to get a level reference point that I then measure from, both top and bottom, and then essentially cut a piece off the bottom of the door to level it out. I've got the measurements, I think, to account for the fact that the floor is out of level. Kind of nervous. I don't like doing this. And this is one of the reasons I avoid doing stuff like this, because there's commitment involved. Once I cut it, there's no going back. But there really is. I can always either shim it or put another piece under it or whatever. But yeah, this kind of stuff always makes me nervous. So to be honest, I can't tell if it worked or not. So I'm gonna use some shims and just kind of get a feel for it, because I don't know what I'm doing. Tom, I just want you to know you did the best you could. I don't blame you. This isn't your fault. All right, it's not perfect, but it's done. And I'm actually pretty proud of myself right now. And you could argue maybe I shouldn't be, but I framed this fairly okay enough for a door to fit in and work. And then I put the door in, which I'm excited about. So I had to cut a little bit off the bottom here, which actually made it perfectly level with the floor. But as a result, I've got at the top here, I'm not worried about that gap up there, but the difference between the left side height here and the right side height, so that's not perfect. But I don't care, because I don't do this for a living. And I'm like, even I get down in there, so I get a little bit of a catch in that corner, although it opens and closes fine. Yeah, it's a little uneven up and down the sides. But you know what? It works. I'm happy with it, and it's a masonite door, so it shouldn't expand too much. Yeah, I'm gonna call it good. So, probably shouldn't be proud, but I am anyway. So that's done, and honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Took about an hour and a half to go through. I think I used probably about 3,000 staples. It's nice in here. When you walk on the floor, it no longer bounces up and down, so that's good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I definitely got better at it towards the end, once I was almost done. So when I first started out, things were not so much as evenly spaced as they were towards the end. But yeah, it worked out. I'm glad it's done. And next up in this room is probably windows and painting. And then once I got the painting done, I can go grab the luxury vinyl plank that I'm going to be using in here, haul it up, and start laying it down. I don't think this room is going to take more than a day to do, with any luck. It's not that big, and there's not a lot of complexity to it. So fingers crossed. But yeah, on to the next thing. All right, so with that, I'm actually gonna wrap for the day and do just a bit of an end tour of what we accomplished because I've got some stuff that I didn't record that we did do. So second off, we finished stapling down the floors in here. I think I mentioned this. I think I used probably 2,500, maybe 3,000 staples. We also got the door hung here. And actually, when John was over, he had a recommendation. Essentially, I can get rid of that gap at the top just by cutting off a little bit on the side down here at the bottom, and then adjusting the screws on that side. So that was awesome, because I wasn't sure how I was going to do that, and I think that actually fixes everything. And if we're being honest, I was super happy with that. I wasn't going to fix anything, but the way he described it, it does make a lot of sense. And I think it will make it look a lot better. So the other thing that we did while he was here is to install this new window. And this is where, if you'll recall, my friends, I actually didn't even know there was a pattern on that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Anyway, so this is the pillow window. I have, I think, 23 more of these to do. And this one, being the first one for this house, took quite a bit of time. So we'll see how the remainder goes. Pretty happy though with how this came out. I actually messed up on the sides here. I shouldn't have cut that spray foam back. I misunderstood. I thought we had to put the stops back on today, but anyway, that came out awesome. Pretty excited. I'm going to put the stops. I'm going to have to trim the stops a little bit with the table saw, and then yeah, we'll get that in. Beyond that, I think that's it for what we did today. As I think I mentioned earlier, I did have someone come today as well to take a look at the barn, the removal of the barn. So we'll see what he comes back with. I don't think it's going to be super cheap, but at the same time, just thinking about investments that make sense for this place, removing that structure has the potential to give me significantly more parking. And if nothing else, that's one of the things that this space needs. So I'm going to flip you around now and give you a quick tour of the barn. All right, so this is walking out of the second floor. And so this is a little, I guess, I don't know what, that was built out to provide easier access. I think originally it would have been something like this in the wall. There would have been a wall there. So you would have had a wall here and a wall there, and this would be your area that you could walk through to get in there. This is the only way you can actually get into this barn. So on this side, normal barn. In here, and you can't see super well, and I don't think me turning on a light's going to make any difference. But essentially, this is a fully spray foamed and insulated room. I think the floor is insulated as well. I think it's got bat in there, whatever. This used to be call it a greenhouse. But yeah, so this is the structure that I think it's pretty old, and honestly, I'd love to leave it up, but it's got some foundation issues, and as I mentioned before, I really do need the parking in order to make this place, what it needs to be. So, yeah, we'll see what that ends up being as far as the price. But I'm hopeful that it's going to be something that we can get taken care of, because honestly, it's big, and there's nothing I can really do with it, because I can't. It couldn't even be another structure where I could have renters or anyone live in, because there's no parking. No matter what, there's no parking, and it's probably illegal, and I wouldn't want to do that anyway. But yeah, so we'll see what comes of that. One of the things that I keep forgetting to share is the stack replacement. So I did get estimates for that. Talked a little bit back and forth with them, and it's going to be about $2,600 to get that stack replaced, which it sucks because it's a cost. It's an expense I wasn't expecting. But I am almost happy that it happened now, that the leak happened now, and not when I had a tenant in there. So it's not ideal, but it's better than it could have been. I would have had to open up walls and whatever else with people in there, and that's never ideal, never good. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me today. And if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. See you next time.